Okay, good morning, everyone. Hope you had a nice weekend and are set for a good week. My name is Gail Hartfield. I'm a senior forecaster here at the National Weather Service in Raleigh, and I'll be conducting this weekly impact briefing for Central North Carolina effective for the next week through next Sunday. Okay, taking a quick look at this week's weather pattern coming up. We have a pretty nice day today. We will be seeing some rain chances increasing tonight, and in particular tomorrow as we get on through the week. And what we've got is a high pressure area over us currently, and that will be sliding offshore later on today. And as that does, it'll start to draw a warm front that's currently located to our south, and that will draw that up northward through the state. And this front will kind of settle in across the Virginia-North Carolina border, mainly just to our immediate west and north through midweek, and that will happen on Wednesday. So then later in the day on Wednesday, that front will drop back southward as a cold front and stall out to our south as cool high pressure builds in across the north, and that's in the bottom left image there, and that's the weather pattern for the later in the work week. And as we get into the weekend, that front will kind of hang out to our south, and we'll have waves of low pressure traveling along it. So it's basically looking like a fairly cool overall and unsettled pattern for the next week, with a decent chance of pretty much everybody receiving some rainfall. And some of it could be a little heavy, especially over western North Carolina, and we'll look at that in a little bit here. Okay, I threw the slide in here. This is basically showing how temperatures this week will compare to normal, and this is for the 5-day period starting today. And the blue shading basically shows where temperatures are going to be below normal, or in some cases well below normal if you get out into the central plains. But this is mainly a function of the fact that we're going to have the frontal zone set up across the mid-south and across South Carolina and the northern Gulf Coast states through much of the week. So that will set us up for cool high pressure to be located off to our north, and will keep us in a rather cool pattern in general with quite a few clouds. Looking at the severe thunderstorm potential, it is not high. We're looking at just kind of a general thunder risk here going into tomorrow. This will be especially across the south where that frontal zone will spend the longest time tomorrow before it heads off to our north. On Wednesday, it looks like we'll have a little bit better chance. We're looking at a marginal chance of some severe storms there across our far south and into South Carolina on Wednesday. It's still not looking like a great chance, so I wouldn't put a whole lot of stock into this, but because it'll be rather cloudy. Not a lot of chance for any destabilization, but just something to keep in mind that as that warm and unstable air comes in on Wednesday, that we will see a few embedded thunderstorms in with that rain. And here's the Weather Prediction Center's prediction of rainfall amounts through the week. As I said, we're looking at rain spreading in overnight tonight, primarily after midnight, and it'll first start spreading into the pre-dawn hours across the west mountains and foothills in the western Piedmont. And it'll be fairly light initially. And in the top left image there, you can see today's forecast. You see that heavy rain in the purple that's occurring across the central plains right now. That feature that's driving that rainfall is going to be spreading over to the east across the mid-Atlantic region tomorrow, and that is in the second panel on the top. And you'll see some fairly decent rainfall spreading in across the northern half in particular. And so tomorrow in general will be a pretty rainy day. We'll start out with more light rain to start the day in the western half, and then as it spreads east and starts filling in, we should see a pretty rainy day with upwards of a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch possible across the north half, north of 64, and slightly lighter precip amounts to the south. And then as we go into Wednesday, we may see a little bit of drying, especially as that front kind of settles back to our south late in the day. We'll start to see the precipitation axis, the heavier stuff, the more widespread stuff, kind of pushing off to our west across the mountains and of the Carolinas and northern Georgia. Then we may see a bit of a slightly dry period across the north as we get into Wednesday into Thursday, Friday. The greatest rainfall amounts will be across that frontal zone sitting to our south and southwest. So you can see there in the bottom left image, quite a bit of heavy rainfall there late in the week to our south and southwest. So anybody who's planning any travel from the triangle to the south and west can expect to encounter some good rain during that time. And then looking into the weekend, it looks like our rain chances will ramp back up. Unfortunately, it's looking like a pretty decent chance of some rain across the area. We're looking at the possibility of an upper level low pressure system closing off over our area, and that usually means a fairly lengthy period of unsettled weather, which will occur over next weekend. So all total, look at the bottom left image there, bottom right image, you can see the 7-day total of rainfall, and we're looking at most places could easily stand to get 1.5 inches or 2 inches, a little bit more as you head to the west where the rainfall will be of greater duration and greater intensity. So not expecting any flooding problems right now, but there's a very good chance we could see some urban and small stream flooding, some rises on area creeks and streams. So we're keeping an eye out for that. Nothing looks imminent or very heavy at this point. So it's not looking like anything dire, anything that's going to need a flash flood watch right now, but we are keeping our eye on this. Okay, so looking ahead to next week, looks like temperatures are looking to rebound. It'll become a little more humid and a little warmer. Our normal highs around the triangle area are about around 80, lower 80s, a little cooler to the north and west, a little warmer to the south and east. So it's looking like we will trend well up into the 80s for highs next week. A lot of this won't occur until after Monday or Tuesday. We're still looking at that low pressure system that I mentioned earlier. That has the potential to sit around through the weekend and into early next week. So we could be seeing unsettled weather going through Monday into Tuesday. So this could be looking at a long period of gray skies for us, unfortunately. But looks like there is some hope that will break by the middle part of next week, it looks like. So giving a little summary here, again, fair and cool skies today, but this will be about the best day of the week, and we're going to be seeing increasing chances for unsettled weather, and rain chances are going to be increasing across the west tonight, and in particular into Tuesday. Like I said, every place should see some rain on Tuesday, a little bit heavier across the north. Not as cool, and it will be more humid as that front kind of heads up to our north. And rain chances will linger through Wednesday night as the front kind of settles back to our south, and that will cause the rain to be a little more patchy across the north and to be a little more steady and heavier across our southern sections, in particular the southwest and the southwest mountains. Some drying is expected across the northern half of our area Thursday, Friday, but across the south and especially southwest, the rain chances will continue. So more rain chances in the horizon for next weekend, and bad news for people who have plans next weekend, but that's what we're looking at right now. So be in touch with us about the details of next weekend, but right now it's looking like that unsettled pattern could continue. And temperatures will be generally below normal through the week with more clouds and sunshine for especially Wednesday into next weekend. So if anyone's got any questions, I'm happy to entertain them now, but as always, let us know if we can help you folks in any way.